All right. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Somebody said react to YB's Double XL interview. NBA. Wait. NBA Youngboy Double XL interview. Oh, he did an interview. Okay. 3 weeks after delivering his 33-track album, Don't Try This at Home, Youngboy Never Broke Again is back with an impromptu mixtape, Rich's Op, emphasizing his consistency when it comes to dropping projects. On the eve of the mixtape's arrival, he hopped on the phone with Double XL from Utah and unloaded his thoughts on topics outside of music, but also addressed his latest effort, sentiments on rapping and Lil Durk. The tape, which Top announced Monday, May 8th, was set to arrive the same day as Durk's 8th LP, Almost Healed. Last Friday, Durk announced his new album would be released on May 12th. 2 days later, news that Youngboy was dropping a new mixtape on the same day as Durk began circulating. However, the verdict is still out on whether this was an accidental occurrence, but presumably not. You're going to see these two kind of try to match releases. It creates too much fanfare. Like, you'd be an idiot not to do it. If I'm Youngboy, I'm dropping again on May 26th. Even if you lose. Like, yes, Durk's going to sell, I believe, at least 90,000. But who cares? Bro, these are free sales. You don't have to do no promo. I would drop a diss. Like, this is what I would do if I'm Youngboy. I would drop another diss song, but straight at Durk, call him all types of bitches, right? Then, I like how, by the way, Youngboy was trying to do something interesting. He was trying to act like he was playing chess. Youngboy, by the way, the whole industry talks. They know albums coming out. Everybody knew that Durk wasn't dropping. Like, that shit was just for the fans. Like, it's only the fans were fooled. Youngboy's label, they know he wasn't dropping. But I like how Youngboy tried to be smart with it, and he's like, "You bitch, you better not drop. Yeah, nigga, I ran you off the date." That's like, now to the fans are like, "Oh shit, Youngboy punked him. He couldn't drop." Hey, Youngboy, that's using your brain. I like that. You see, you got to use that brain. That thing up here, you got to use it. I like that. Because let me tell you what's happening. They're just both playing the fans. Like, Durk's like, "I'm dropping the album this Friday." Man, you can see very clear he ain't dropping the album. But the fans are like, "The album's dropping. The album's dropping. The album's dropping." Here's the song. Album drops in 2 weeks. You know what I mean? So, again, I can't even be motherfucking mad. Like, they're both playing the fans. They should just be smart with it. You know, that's what I've been trying to say, right? If I'm Youngboy, I drop again. May 26th, right? Okay. And so he's lying about this right here, right? It really wasn't something. It really wasn't. I guess he says it's not. It wasn't planned. He's like, it was just something. Let me just read it. It really wasn't something that I just had planned. So I felt disrespected about something that went on. It was then just for somebody else to be promoted. What? So I felt like, shit, bitch, don't play with me. I stay ready. So I'm just laying down my law and letting the nigga know I'm here to stay. It's my game and my rules. While it's unclear who struck this particular chord of Baton Rouge, Louisiana rapper, he did expound on DJ Akademiks' prior comments regarding his record sales for Don't Try This at Home. For reference, Ak tweeted on April 28th that he sold 62,000. Now, he's not talking about, for whoever who wrote this article, Youngboy saw my stream where I was, and then he saw the tweet where I said, "My homie dissed me for some sales." So that's what he was addressing, not his. I tweet everybody numbers out. He says, "It's really like this when it comes to the numbers. I feel like, man, music don't even sell and all that shit. It used and sell all that shit. It used to sell anymore. Man, there's so much shit behind this internet, behind the DSP sales and all of that. There's so much shit behind that shit that people don't know about that I ain't finna explain because I don't give a fuck about it." That's cap. That's one thing I've realized. You know, I've analyzed. I've came to a few realizations when it came to Youngboy, and these are just realizations that I live and I learn. I thought me and him were friends. He did definitely not see it that way. You know what I mean? So we're acquaintances and nothing more. Secondly, there were things and demeanors that I believe I took away from conversation with him that I thought were reality. I've realized that was definitely not true. Youngboy not only pays attention, like when I used to talk to him, he used to be like, yo, he don't pay attention to nothing and he don't know sales. He said, act like he doesn't know nothing about nothing. Come to find out, he's more in touch and more probably anal about all of these things we're talking about than he'll ever admit, because it's cool to look unbothered. Now I don't know nothing about sales, but your team circulates numbers that you're the most streamed artist. Like, you get what I'm saying? So that's another thing I've realized. So he has a particular skill of, kind of seeming like he doesn't give a fuck, like he's unbothered or he doesn't whatever. He's not tapped in, but he is. By the way, also, if he didn't care about sales, he wouldn't tweet at me or get mad about when I said the sales thing. And then he says some bizarre thing. And he says, touching on what rap really means to him, he said, I rap. Man, rapping is my therapy. Now, I do believe that is true. I do believe rapping is therapy. That's how I feed my family. Well, see, you're rapping for your therapy, but it's a business. When you say feed your family, it's a business. The reason why you could demand the money you demand is because you're selling. You know what I mean? Like, let's not get that lost. Nobody's saying that you're a money hungry nigga. Like, you definitely are rapping for the art, and you do a good job of it. But this is a business. The reason why you drop as much, the reason why I would imagine you care somewhat about sales is that you know your worth. You know that when Atlantic won't give you a certain amount of money that you know you deserve based on what you've sold, you get up and leave. This whole I don't give a fuck attitude, it's not true, right? He says, that's what I do it for. I don't give a fuck about no sales. I just had to let him know that. You do give a fuck about sales. That's a fact. He said that you can't even manipulate me with that shit. That was a very confusing thing. I heard him tweet that too. I saw him tweet that too. How the fuck how could I manipulate you with sales? Bro, you're either doing good or you're doing not. You're not doing good. Like, if you sell 120, oh great. You don't sell 120? It's consumption. The numbers are the numbers. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. All right? It says, so stop trying to throw that statement out there. Nigga, I'm paid. We all know that. The baby has made $30, $40 million in his career. But if he drops an album, he probably won't sell good right now. Like, we're not talking about if niggas is broke. We're talking about sales. Is your music being consumed? That's the point of sales. That's it. He says, so the question stands, is Youngboy Never Broke Again and Lil Durk's album release date a reincarnation of when 50 Cent was dropping? Curtis, while Kanye's graduation was due to arrive on the same day back in 2007. He said, not exactly. This is all cap right here. I'm telling you, they're lining it up. I'm telling you this. Bro, there's too much. You have to be an idiot to actually think Youngboy's telling the truth. There's too much money to be made. I just told you, both of these guys took a W. Their songs are doing amazing. Youngboy's album is doing better than his last mixtape, right? No, his current mixtape's doing better than his last mixtapes, and it's almost matching what his last album did. Like, bro, it's a W for him, right? He says, hey, it's us, never them. Then he says, focus on who matter. Fuck that nigga album. You heard me? Tell him Top coming, and that's all that matters, man. It said Durk album never dropped. Duh. So there won't be a race to see who's number one, who sells the most products. Instead, he released a new single with J. Cole and moved Almost Healed to May 26. NBA's initial decision to drop when he thought Durk was releasing could raise eyebrows since there was a claim that they squashed beef. Last week, Akademiks confidently stated while he was on a live stream that the static between them had been neutralized. Lil Durk liked a tweet featuring a video of Ak stating that they were no longer at odds as well. According to Youngboy, he's actually been the one to promote less violence first. He firmly told XXL. When it comes to my Stop the Violence campaign, I look at a nigga like Lil Durk like this. Don't speak on that because you not a part of that, bitch. You don't support that. So as all this thing going on, man, don't bring up my Stop the Violence campaign because at the time I'm on it, was nobody on with that shit, bruh. So I'm still in my lane, he adds vehemently, and I'm still with my campaign, you heard me? But hey, so, but hey, man, it's gotta be known. Stay the fuck out my way and don't mention my name. It's my game. It's my game and my rules. Regarding the Stop the Violence campaign, he shared with Billboard earlier this year that he's apologetic for the volatile impact his music has had on fans and vowed to clean whatever he could clean, but it's going to take time, just like it took time for him to get to that point. He also posted a video on social media where he was promoting an anti-violence campaign in November. He captioned the clip. He says, "I'm dead serious for that shit. For the birds, focus on winning in life, bro. Stop the violence. Please, if you support me." Okay? Are they done with like his commentary? Let me see. Lil Durk girlfriend India Royale and Youngboy traded some shots at each other social media in March. Just last week, Akademiks stated that Dirk beef was no more. Dirk posted on social media, "I ain't friends with no niggas." No name was mentioned, so the message was apparently a subliminal. Days later, YB sounded off on Dirk and on Ak on Instagram Live. "Dirk, you a bitch, you a nasty asshole, and it's shown. And Akademiks, you're a pure fat hoe who mouth gonna be the reason. You from now on, invalid." I don't know what that means. LOL, you ever realize you only get a buzz when one of your friends die? Think about it, scary bum bitch. You know I ain't lying, haha, fact. Okay, all right. So, okay. I'm not buying this at all. I'm not buying this at all. If you ask me, honestly, I don't think Youngboy is in a video making fun of G Money dying with the pillow thing. Like, you're not making fun of this guy if you want the violence to be stopped, right? Supposedly, I had squash. Like, come on, the Stop the Violence campaign by Youngboy is completely fraudulent. I think that was an opportune time for him to do it. That would have probably pleased the court to ease maybe some restrictions and probably look better. But I think after he dropped his album and he started dropping some music that was a little bit different in nature and it wasn't hitting, he realized, like many of these artists realize, people like you for violence. And if you start preaching positivity, it's one thing to say it in words. If you start rapping positivity, they're going to stop listening to you. They come to you for violence. They don't come to you to be their pastor. Okay? A lot of artists get some consciousness. We heard Meek Miller one time say he's going to stop rapping about violence. Even 21 Savage at a point says, "Oh no, he wants to talk more about financial literacy," which he does. But that's all good outside of music. Your fans of these gangster rappers only want to listen to them for violence. So what did Youngboy do? He reverted back to violence. Okay, it is what it is. It's like we could call a spade a spade, right? Like, you know what I mean? It sounds good to sound like, oh yeah, these guys are really changing up their ways. No, the first time this nigga see he ain't sell what he need to sell, fuck this nigga, fuck that nigga. I'm gonna step on this, I'm gonna step on that. Like, come on, bro. Like, come on, right? Secondly, secondly, I don't think nothing's coincidental. And by the way, I agree with how he's treating this release. I don't think I'm glad that he admitted that he dropped it in response to what he thought Dirk was doing. That's being honest, and I'm glad that he admitted that. And I don't see a problem with him doing it because, yes, you both are using each other for promotion. So if he's using you, you should be able to use him. I don't have a problem with Youngboy doing it. And now that y'all are mutual in this, y'all are going to get to a point to where you realize you're going to be 40, 50 M. Hopefully nobody dies, clearly, right? And that's the problem with these beefs because somebody usually gets hurt. Y'all going to realize as y'all milk and stretch this beef because the youth only cares about Youngboy and Dirk beef. If y'all milk this in stretches for another 3 to 4 years, y'all gonna be up 40, 50 M's off of exploiting this issue because fans are gonna pick sides. It's a two horse show right now. That's the thing what beef does. There's only two monkeys in the zoo, and I'm not mean to call them monkeys, but like there's only two clowns in the circus right now. Everybody else people don't care about. People focus on these two guys. So if they do it where nobody gets hurt, they could keep beefing and threatening each other and dissing each other's girls and baby mamas and making fun of their other dead partners or whatever the case is. They'll all just be racking in the money. So I'm just telling y'all this is a money initiative. I'm not saying they don't like each other. Don't take that misconstrued. But beef actually helps both of their numbers. That's a fact. Yeah. Regardless, by the way, give me 1 second. Regardless, Youngboy did drop something that was very. I don't know if it shocked other people. Oh, okay. Youngboy did